Good morning. It's Deckard from Attention Deficit Deckard. I'm back on the trail today. I wanted to introduce a new episode of Tales from the Trail, related to these white-looking. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. These kind of peeled back bark trees there. It's hard to see. Well, I'll show you some later. They're called Bleachwood trees. You'll find them in some forests these days and definitely on the trail. There's some kind of back there. So, yeah. So Deckard, can you explain what a Bleachwood tree is? And the answer to that question is yes. And I'll even answer the question. I'll answer two questions. Yes, I can answer that question, and I'll tell you what a Bleachwood tree is. So it's not that they're not native to the trail. It's that they're not born Bleachwood trees. Almost any tree can become a Bleachwood tree. All it has to do is shed its bark and let the sun bleach it like real light, like a white cream kind of, so that it stands out in the forest or on the trail. And the reason it does that is Bleachwood trees serve a purpose. Yeah, they're like scarecrow trees. You see, when they bleach themselves like that, the intent is to become scarecrows, to protect the forest or the trail from the ever increasing amount, it seems anyway, of invasive non-native species, vegetative as well as animative, right? So vines, there's creeping vines. I mean, look at all this stuff here. These are not native vines. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mr. Guy. Bleachwood tree scare you to death? Is that why you're dying? That's what he's supposed to do. See that guy over there? He's working himself into a Bleachwood. But I tell you, I don't know that these Bleachwoods are doing a very good job. Maybe they are. Maybe this is the best they can do. Because these vines, I mean, they're taking over. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't. If in the next coming years, because it takes a process to go Bleachwood. See, there's some, you can't see it, but the camera's not good enough. Or I'm not good enough to camera it, to film it, to get it on camera from this distance. But I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming years the trail gets more and more bleached, because these vines are just, I mean, look, they're even pulling down like huge limbs. Look at this poor guy. This poor guy didn't have time to go Bleachwood to save himself, because if you'll notice, the vines do stay away from the Bleachwoods. See this one here? He's trying to go Bleachwood to save himself, and look, it's working. See, this vine is kind of falling off, and look, as you get up, see how meager the invasive vine gets as he's bleaching himself out. The tree is. That's a hero tree right there. He's sacrificing himself to try to save the other trees around him. Bleachwoods are alive, so they aren't really the same. They changed species by bleaching themselves. Now they're no longer whatever they were. Any tree could become a Bleachwood if it's so inclined. Right, it's something to do with the air and the invasiveness of the species and some sort of a overall environmental, I don't know if there's something that goes out, like a communique, like it's sent out by the forest or the trail to say, hey guys, we need some Bleachwoods, you know, any volunteers? Because once they're bleached out, they don't last terribly long because their bark is gone, and so they've lost some of their defenses. So in that sense, they're heroic. But they, you know, they can live years, maybe not centuries anymore. But I mean, with the invasive species happening around them, were they ever going to make it to centuries, right? Or were they not? They were not, probably. I mean, I don't know. So I don't know, but I feel like years, if not maybe a decade, which is kind of sad, but it's trying to protect us all. It's trying to protect the trail, and by protecting the trail, it's protecting people like you and me and Jackal Michelson up here in his bunker. I mean, he lives on this trail. He needs these trees and the berries that some of them produce, and the little animals, little critters that are, you know, I don't think he hunts them. I think he makes them as pets, but you know, he gets lonely out here on the trail. So people, we need the trail. Yeah. Some of them, it looks like, have gone bleach too late, and they're bleaching themselves after they're already covered. It's like I'm gonna go down with the ship kind of thing, you know? Like I'm gonna take as many of these creeper vines down with me, because see, once you bleach, it's like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the tree becomes like, the sap is like poisonous to the vines, or it becomes slippery and they can't grip without the bark there. But sometimes it's a little too late, which because once you bleach, you can't go back. So it's kind of like it's a death sentence. It is. So here we go. All right. I don't know if I can be good enough with this camera to help you see out there across this field. There's an entire wall. Can you see that? It starts here on the left, those thin guys over those cattails, and then it goes all the way out that whole wall. Those are bleachwood trees. And I know there's some further up here. I want to get a close up shot just to prove my point. So anyway, guys, there are bleachwood trees, and this is what they're all about. If you encounter one, recognize it. It deserves props. It's propers. And keep an eye out for the bleachwoods, you know, in and around your region. Yeah, just give a quiet thank you. So I'm going to end this video as soon as I find one that I can show, you know, close the video out. Get a close-up of it. I know there's a couple of dead ones that once they finally give up their ghost, you know, they fall to the ground like any other tree, and they might stay there for a while. A lot of people in this region will not collect them for firewood out of respect. They'll just let the bleachwood gradually decay into the soil, and that's what's going on up here. There's a couple of downed ones not too far away from Michelson's bunker. I've got a video about him, actually a slam poem. Yeah, Cold Dog wrote a slam in tribute to Jackal Michelson. So, yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not quite right. That's a beech tree, or a birch tree. Birch trees they're bleached looking, but they're not bleachwoods. See how like white, and that's what a bleachwood looks like, but if you look close, that's not a bleachwood. That's just birch bark is that color. But you'll notice, see, I think these creeping vines, maybe not all invasive vines, not all vegetative invaders, have a problem with bright tree trunks, you know, bright trees that are bright. To prove my point. Here we go. Yeah, I knew I'd find one. Look at this glorious. All right, so down here he's got his bark, and he's got his invasive vegetatives creeping up like creeper vines. But then look, see how he's disbarking himself. He's bleaching himself. He's going bleachwood. And up to even birds come back. There's nothing. Look at all the awesome birds up there. It's a glorious bleachwood. I don't know what that was before, but see how even this viney, destroyed tree, destroyed by these creeping vines, stays away from it, and it won't climb up. It won't climb up anymore. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's a bleachwood. Thank you for your service. And creepers, get out of here. Get out of here. All right, I'm gonna go show you these final heroes. I'm not sure how long they've been out here. Years and years, for sure. I'm not sure how long. How many years? How many years and years? Like multiple years and years, or just like 1 or 2 years and years? Like a years and years is, it sounds like 2 years. But that, here's the trick. It's not a year and year. It's years and years, you say, right? Years and years. How much time is years and years? You know, like a couple is 2, a few is like, I always thought it was 3 to 5. So I always said it was 5 because F, right? Few and 5 between. Isn't that the thing? Few and 5 between. But it might be 3. But years and years, it's not 2 years. It's at least 4 years. It's one of those guesstimates. Years and years is between 2 years per years, so 4 to 6, I think. I think it's 2 to 3 years per years. And if it's years and years, it could be anywhere from 4 to 6 years. If you say that's been there for years and years, it could be, they're talking like 4 to 6, pretty sure. So, yeah, you can see it right here. I thought that telephone pole, see, it's funny. See, here's why I'm not lying. Here's how you know. See that telephone pole or whatever? It looks like a bleachwood, right? That's on purpose. It's not a living tree, so it didn't bleach itself, but the telephone pole people who put that up there, they make them bleachwood as also to be scarecrows. This is common knowledge to help keep the creepers off it. Anyway, here's what I'm talking about. Those are all, that's an old dead bleachwood. It looks like it's been cut up a bit, but you notice that it's not been burned. It's cut up because that's how you celebrate a bleachwood death. It's like a funerary pyre, but you don't burn it. So you don't just let the whole tree lay down, because then swamp beavers get to it, and it's just, yeah, we don't want that. We want more respect for our dead bleachwoods. So what people do is they come and they bring their ritual bleachwood funerary saws. They get out there with their funerary saws, and so you got to take your funerary saws. They got to be sharp. The real work is done by the funerary saw guys. Like I said, they don't become petrified. They don't turn to stone, but they turn to be as heavy as stone. There you go. That's a bleachwood. It's not just whacked out animals out here like swamp beavers and donkey birds. No, there's also vegetative anomalous happenings on the trail, and the bleachwood is one of those responses. Nature is so innovative, right? Nature is so creative. I mean, you might argue that vines are nature, but they don't belong here. Guys, you don't belong. Clearly, you can't control yourself. Why can't you just control? Like, maybe we could invite you, but you're so greedy. These vines are so greedy. And they just ruin everything. They're like a bunch of frat boys walking through like a china shop on a Thursday night, at like 11 o'clock. They've had a few shots, right? They're just loud and boisterous, and nobody really wants them there. Right? Those frat boys, everybody knows these guys. They're just pranksters and obnoxious, really. They don't think of others. That's what these vines are like. These vines are like frat boys on a Thursday night in a china shop. They just can't help but destroy the place. It might not even be their fault. They'd grow out of it if they were frat boys, but they're vines. So this is all they do. They're like permanent, like second semester freshman frat boys, right? They know just enough to be a problem, right? They've lost all sense of humility. They know how to handle their liquor a little bit, like enough that they can get really ripped and still walk around the china shop destroying things. That kind of, that's what these vines, I think, remind me of. I wasn't ever one of those, but I recognized them. I went to school with some of those. Yeah. Anyhow, Bleachwoods. It's a thing. Thanks, guys. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. A new tale from the trail.